Okay, today I'm going to review the stovepipe thermostats. Now, I've been using this fire for 3 years and I've got a thermostat from Chimgard. Now, on the instructions of these thermostats, you're supposed to keep the thermostat at least 18 inches above the fire on the stove. Because of the type of fire that I have here, it's not possible for me to have that thermostat 18 inches above. So for the past, I've actually lowered it today for this video because I normally keep it a little bit higher than that. It's actually 6 inches above the fire and it's at the moment reading 400 degrees. Right, so what I've also done today for this experiment is I have another thermostat which I've installed 12 inches above the flue, which is still 6 inches lower than the standard, and it's one made by Bluespot. Now the difference between the lower one, which is reading 400 degrees, and just moving the thermostat an extra 6 inches, so we're now hovering on 12 inches above, which is still 6 inches lower than the recommended 18 inches. It's showing a reading of just under 350, which is almost sort of 70 degrees difference between the lower and the higher, which tells me that possibly if we were to move it another 6 inches higher up into the 18, that it would possibly read slightly lower than that. Now the point of this video today is to show that if you can't have your thermostat, like I can't, 18 inches above the fire, is to always ignore the reading on the thermostat and always adjust it accordingly by possibly up to 100 degrees. So for instance, this thermostat reading now is round about 380. You would have to say that that is possibly 280, which is only sort of like 30 degrees lower than the optimum temperature. So the optimum temperature for me here would be not between 250 and 450, but to actually have the reading around 400 to 500. Then I know that it's at the optimal temperature, which 400 to 500 may seem high, but in the correct location, 18 inches higher than the flue, it would actually be cooler. So I'm not actually running 400 to 500. So I hope that is some help to you. What I'm now going to do is, because the thermostat I have is Chimgard and the one above is a Bluespot, I don't know if the manufacturers, you would think that they've done their testing and the both thermostats would show the same reading, but that's not always the case. So I'm now going to cut for now, swap the thermostats over, do another reading, and just a quick little review just to see if there is a difference in temperatures. So I'll get back to you when I've swapped them over. Thank you for watching. Okay, back to the second part of this video. I've now had the fire running for an extra 15 minutes and swapped the flue thermostats over. I'm just showing you the inside of the fire. I've got a lot of wood in there, a vast amount of heat coming from it. I'm going to close the door anyway and get back to the actual thermostat readings. Right, when I first did the video, you'll notice I had the Bluespot thermostat above and the Chimgard thermostat below. Well, I've now done another reading which hasn't turned out to be good, because the Bluespot, which was running lower up above, suggesting that it's cooler as it goes up, is not actually the case. It's more a case of the Bluespot now is reading just over 200 degrees and the Chimgard is actually running at just under 300 degrees, so there's almost 100 degrees difference, but it's the opposite difference than how it was in the first video. which brings me back to the point now that the outcome is you can't actually trust manufacturers to actually get it right, because between the two flue guards temperature gauges, one is obviously wrong and one is actually right, but it determines which one is right and which one is wrong. So I'm not sure the result of this one, except, you know, you'll have to I'll have to take further tests on this and perhaps maybe get another Bluespot thermostat and maybe put it against its same brand and see if there's a difference, i.e. whether this one could be faulty, or, as I say, you know, things are being made now and they're not actually tested to how we should have these things tested. If it's sold to you saying it works, it should work, and these two are obviously showing different readings between the first video and the second video. It's now the one at the top is now reading hotter than the one at the bottom, whereas when it was the other way around, it was the one at the bottom reading hotter than the one at the top. Which brings me also back to the point that where the manufacturers state the thermostat should be 18 inches above the fire, that's not actually the case here. It's sort of like showing the same readings, whether it be 6 inches or 12 inches. So I'm not sure if this video was any help to you, but I will look into it a little bit further and see if I can get some better answers. Thanks for watching. Thank you.